Now, President John Dramani Mahama has urged the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufu-Dampare, to swiftly launch investigations into the deaths of 8 Ghanaians during the 2020 and 2024 general elections. Speaking at the National Prayer and Thanksgiving event in Accra, he stressed the need for justice and accountability in these matters.
President John Mahama, after swearing in, made his second public appearance at the National Muslim Thanksgiving service here in Accra. General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress called for prayers from the Muslim community for a successful tenure of the president.
We fully know that the same way God's hand has been mighty in delivering that victory, same way it is important for us to continue acknowledging and seeking his guidance through these initial stages of our government, all the way to the 4-year mandate of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. We particularly are in need of your prayers and also of your guidance, even as His Excellency and the Vice set up the team that is supposed to help to accomplish the resetting agenda.
National Chairman of the NDC commended the electorate for prioritizing unity over divisions based on religion or tribe.
There were attempts in the early part of the campaigning to make the election look like we are going to vote for people who are aligned to our religion. I think at some rallies, I did indicate that that will be a very dangerous precedent for the country, because the Constitution has established the state of Ghana to be a secular state.
Showing appreciation for a successful campaign, he strongly condemned the violence that marred the election and the election-related deaths.
We must investigate and find out what led to these killings, so that we can take action so that they don't happen again. So I've asked my secretary, executive secretary, to write to the IGP to give us a report on the status of investigations into these killings. Justice must be done. And we also will ask the Attorney General, when he takes office, to determine fair and adequate compensation for the families of those who have lost their lives.
He also indicated that he will make full cabinet appointments in 14 days.
I plead with our supporters, let us do things in an orderly manner. The government is being formed, ministers will be put in place, other officials will be appointed, and as I promised, we'll have our full cabinet within 14 days. And so we'll have ministers in charge. And if you have any issues, you can go to our ministers and have them resolved.
Muslims will now be relieved as the new government promised a reduction in Hajj fares.
I have formed a Hajj task force that is led currently, 5-member Hajj task force that is led currently by our longest serving MP, the Honorable Collins Dowda. And they'll be leaving for the Holy Land on Monday to participate in the Hajj conference. And one of the tasks that I've given them is to go and make arrangements so that we can bring the Hajj fares as low as possible, so that as many Muslims who intend to perform the pilgrimage can do so.
The president vowed to amend the Holidays Act to include an extra holiday for the Eid al-Fitr celebrations.
We promised to add one more holiday to the Eid al-Fitr. So as soon as Parliament settles, we're going to amend the Holidays Act to include an extra holiday on the occasion of Electoral.
Tamale South Member of Parliament and former Minority Leader Haruna Idrisu hinted at plans to submit recommendations on the controversial LGBTQ bill to President.
I have some ideas on LGBTQ, but I'm yet to share it with the President as to how he can re-own the bill and get national consensus around it and consistent with the laws of Ghana and the Constitution. There is a way to deal with it. But to make a comment here would mean that I'm reducing it to a religious matter, but it's certainly a social cultural problem for our country that collectively we will resolve to preserve our values as a people.
The President is expected to hold a Christian worship and celebration on Sunday.